What's up, everybody? Reed Wallach, host of the Early Read and a Rithmm partner, here to walk you through three of my favorite bets that I generated using my pressure run rate model using Rithmm. So as you can see here, looking at my Rithmm model, this is strictly totals. It's really been crushing on totals. Spread bets, we're going to work in one bet this week, see if we could turn that around. It's not doing as well, but I've really seen totals produce here. And I think with the thesis of my pressure run rate model being dictating the line of scrimmage, I think it's actually showing more value on the totals in this one. As you can see on the top right, it's 6 and 5 last week, so a small profit. We're going to go through a handful of bets, as I noted below over here, that we already have, and there's going to be more generated as lines move throughout the week. So let's start right here with the under 48.5 in Charlotte versus Indiana. Indiana's been an absolute wagon. They're bludgeoning teams all throughout the season. Charlotte onto their third string quarterback now, Trexter Ivy. So it's going to be tough sledding for the Charlotte team. As I look through some of the numbers here using the research tab, first, this Indiana defense is absolutely relentless. The pressure has been there all season. They got a handful of James Madison transfers when Curt Cignetti came over, and it's showing out there. As you see, the Indiana top 10 in quarterback hits. They're getting to the quarterback quite a bit. Listen, Indiana's north of a 4-touchdown favorite now, so they are going to be running the ball a lot. They're going to look to stay healthy, avoid any injuries as they get into conference play in the Big Ten. So if you see here, Indiana's shown a propensity now in these blowout scenarios. They're going to run the ball. This is related to only power conferences. Indiana checks in 52nd amongst Power 4 teams in pass attempts, a really great feature on them that you could use. So that's the Indiana under 48.5, something you could do there. Next up, let's talk Ohio versus Kentucky. As I go back over to my model, we have a total of 42.5 for Kentucky versus Ohio. The Rithmm model is projecting right on the number, 42.5. Ohio, a run-first minded team, and same for Kentucky. Neither of these teams really want to chuck the ball around the field. As I cross-reference it with some of these notes, let's go back over to the research tab. Let's take off the power conference filter to get Kentucky in there. If we go over to pass attempts, let's just do lowest to highest to save me from scrolling. Let's go down a little bit. We see here Kentucky checks in. There's Ohio, 104th, and Kentucky isn't much higher here. Despite playing in some games where they needed to take it to the air, Kentucky has done a good job of establishing the ground game quite a bit. As I go and find Kentucky, I knew I passed them earlier. Kentucky, 122nd. So I scrolled right past them. They're so low. So two teams outside the top 100 in pass attempts. They want to run the ball. Ohio's running quarterback, Parker Navarro, a run-first-minded quarterback. And then let's go over to QBR here. And you can see that the quarterback play just hasn't yielded much yet for either team. Lowest to highest again. Let's go here. We got Kentucky with Brock Vandagriff and some Gavin Wimsatt. 128th in QBR. That's a quarterback rating metric. And then if we go to Ohio's, if I could find quickly here, probably scrolled past them again. There they are, 96th in quarterback and QBR. So the quarterback rating system, not high quarterback play. Two teams that want to run the ball, lean on their defense. I like the under here, 42.5 for Ohio and Kentucky. Lastly, I'm going to give out one underdog bet that I think is a live underdog in this one, and that's ECU. The model, I'm going to take off the total filter here, and let's go find ECU with my model. There they are, projecting plus 3.9 ECU at Liberty. This ECU offense playing at a very fast tempo under new OC, John David Baker. Jake Garcia, he does lead the country in interception, so you got to sign up for that. But it's really this defense for ECU that's going to make the difference. Let's look at some of these stats for the Pirates. And they have played a fairly, I'd say, decent strength of schedule so far for group of 5 teams. They played Appalachian State, a high-level group of 5 team, and they played Old Dominion, a pretty sturdy offensive line at that. Let's look at tackles for loss. Take off the power conference filter. There's ECU. 9 tackles for loss per game already this season. Let's look at hits. They're going to try and get some pressure on Liberty quarterback Kadon Salter. Let's take off the Power 5 filter, and let's go find ECU. Checking in 25th in terms of quarterback hits relative to Liberty, who is more, middle of the pack. They played a very easy schedule thus far. Liberty 59th in tackles for loss this season. So ECU, I think they have a great offensive mind. John David Baker calling this offense. I think their defense is really the strong point of this game. They could definitely keep this within 1 touchdown. Make sure you're signing up for Rithmm today to get more AI generated insights like this and start winning on college football today.